Yes. Yes. Hello, students.
Sir, Surendra sir, you can start, sir.
Okay. Yes. Yes, students. All of you. Good evening. See the continuation. Network theory concepts. Today concept is mainly concentrate on model analysis and mesh analysis. In the previous sessions, I solved the questions based on that is equivalent circuits with respect to RLC and some questions based on the KCL and KVL. Nearly 10 questions that I solved already. Students, before starting the today, what exactly nodal analysis, mesh analysis, all these concepts, some minimum basic terminology is required before going to that concept. I think all of you know this basic. Students, all of you know this one. What is the electric circuit? Yes, an interconnection of electrical elements such that closed path is available for the flow of current is nothing but an electric circuit. That means electric circuit is always it must be consist of closed path. There must be a closed path. For example, take this is one example. Okay, this is the example for electric circuit. This is one electric circuit. Okay, we can connect these elements in such a way that there must be closed path is available for the flow of current. Okay, this is an electric circuit. Okay, this minimum knowledge. Okay, this is nothing but connect any elements. That is no problem. There must be a closed path. For example, let us assume that this is 10 ohms. It is 50 ohms. I taken this is 2 millihenry, or it is 5 microfarad, and this is the voltage source. Okay, this is nothing but there must be a closed path. Here there must be a closed path for flow of current. Here also there must be a closed path for flow of current. Then it is nothing but electric circuits. Then what is the networks? A network is nothing but interconnection of network elements which may or may not have closed path available is called network. That means for electrical circuit there must be closed path, then only it is a circuit. But network is it consists of either closed path or may not have closed path. Okay, then take the same example here, same example. Yes, friends, you take same network here, same example I'm giving. Let this is the resistance, and I connected one capacitance, and I connected one resistance here, one more inductance I connected like this. Okay, this is also network. This also network. I'm adding one more element here like this, and it is also network. It is also network. That means there is no condition for there must be a closed path. Either closed path is present or may not present. It is a network. It is a network. Not only electrical network. We are seeing so many networks. The mobile network we are seeing, power system network we are seeing. Understand? Okay, power system network we are seeing, and social network we are seeing. All these are nothing but networks. There must be a closed path or may not be closed path. Then it is treated as a network. That's why, yes, friends, every circuit is a network. Every circuit is a network. But every network is not a circuit. Is okay, friends? At that point to remember, every circuit is a network. Okay, every circuit is a network. Circuit is a network. But every network, every network is not a circuit. Is not a circuit. Is it okay, friends? Is not a circuit. The network which having only closed path. But every network is not a circuit. Okay. The network which having only closed path, that network is a circuit. But every circuit is a network. It is a circuit. It is a circuit and a network. But it is only network. It's only network. It is not a circuit. But if you remove this branch, if you remove this branch, if you remove this one, then it becomes a circuit also. Then it becomes a circuit also. That's why if you take this is the network, this is the network, then this is the network means the part of this network, this is nothing but a circuit. That means circuit is a subset of the network. Circuit is a subset of the network. Clear, friends? Okay, that is the main difference between the electric circuits and electric network. But network is any network, not only electric network. It may be any network you take. Okay, mobile networks you can take. Then you take the social network you can take. Okay, all these are the networks only. But networks is always not having a closed path. Either closed path or may not be closed path. Yes, friends. One more definition. This terminology is required before going to the next concept. What do you mean by node, students? What is the node? A point where two or more than two elements are connected is called node. Is okay, students? A point where two or more than two elements are connected is called node. Yes. How to define the degree of node? Number of elements is connected to a node is called degree of node. A number of elements connected to a node is called degree of node. For example, students, let's consider this is the circuit I am giving. This is a circuit I am giving. Okay, this inductance, and here I am connecting the capacitance. Okay, any elements you can take. Yes, here I am connecting the resistance. Okay, let it, this is 50 ohms. Let this is 10 millihenry. Let this is 50 microfarad. Let this is 20 ohm. The resistance is I taken as a 20 ohms. Okay, this is 20 ohms. Let the voltage is 50 volt source. Okay, now tell the students. Here, this is how many nodes here. First, identify number of nodes here. First, identify number of. A point where two or more than two elements are connected. Here, this voltage source is connected. This element is connected. Okay, this is the one node. Okay, this is the one node. Okay, this is the another node. This is second node, and this also another node. This is third node, and this is the fourth node. Okay, here how many nodes are there? Four nodes. Number of nodes equal to 4. In this circuit, the number of nodes equal to 4. Okay, then how to define the degree of node? Before that, the degree of node means number of elements connected to the node is called degree of node. What is this degree of this node, students? What the degree of this node, sir? The degree of this node equal to, I am representing with the degree of node as a delta. The degree of node equal to 2. How many elements are connected to this node? 2. That's why the degree of this node equal to 2. The next one, what the degree of second node, friends? What is the degree of second node, sir? The degree of this node is how much? How many elements are connected? 3 elements. 1, 2, 3. 3 elements are connected. What is the degree of this node, students? The degree of this node is also, it's not 3, it is a 2 only. How many elements are connected? 2 elements are connected. The degree of this node is 2. Is correct? What the degree of this node, sir? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. What the degree of this node? 3. Number of elements connected to a node is called degree of node. Is called a degree of node. Is correct, friends? Then point to remember, if degree equal to 2, if the degree of node equal to 2, that node is called simple node. This terminology is important, that's why I'm explaining. That node equal to simple node. If delta is greater than 2, if the degree of node is greater than 2, then that node is called which node, students? Principal node. That node is called a principal node. Okay, that node is called principal node. Is clear? But one node point to remember, students, here. Here I am giving this point. Whenever 2 points in a network are connected by a wire, whenever, yes, friends, 2 points in a network is connected by a wire, or line, yes, friends, it is considered as a single node only. It is considered as single node only. Understand, students? Take this example only. In this, yes, friends, these 2 points is connected by a wire. Then this total is considered as how many nodes? Only one node only. In a network, any 2 points are connected a wire or just like a line. Here we are not connecting any element. Then it is considered as a single node only. This is the node. Understand, students? Okay, this about what exactly node, what is the degree of node. When the particular node is said to be simple node, when this particular node is said to be principal node. Okay? Yes, sir. Whenever 2 points in a network are connected, yes, that written here, by a wire, then it is considered as a single node only. Clear? Yeah, this is about what exactly node. The next one, friends. What is the branch? What is the branch, sir? It represents elements that connects two nodes together is nothing but a branch. It represents an element that connects two nodes together is nothing but a, which one, students? Is a branch. Every branch is connected between two nodes. It contributes the degree at two nodes. It represents an element that connects two nodes together is nothing but a branch. See, in this example, yes, friends, or otherwise I want to draw this one. Take this example only. In this example, how many number of elements are there? This 150 ohm resistor, it's 10 millihenry, it's not farad. It's at one 10 millihenry inductance, 110 millihenry inductance, okay, 110 millihenry inductance, 120 ohm resistor, 150 microfarad capacitor, 150 volts voltage source. Totally, how many branches are there? You just count the number of elements here. That gives the number of branches on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number of branches is how many number of branches here, sir? 5 number of branches. The number of branches equal to how many number of branches? Or otherwise, I want to give one more example here. Please concentrate. For example, I am connecting on 30 volts voltage source here. 30 volts voltage source. Yes. This is one resistance. Yes, friends. This is one inductance. I am connecting one capacitor here. Just example I am giving. One capacitor and one more resistor is connected here. And here one more resistance is also connected. This I am giving one more example here. Okay. This is 50 ohm resistor and this is 10 millihenry. And this is the 15 ohms. This is 20 ohms. This is 50 microfarad. Okay. Here how many number of nodes, sir? First you count the number of nodes here. Please all of you count the number of nodes. The number of nodes equal to, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Number of nodes equal to 4. How many number of branches, friends? The number of branches. How many number of branches? Just you count the number of elements only, that gives the number of branches. Number of branches is 150 ohm resistor is 1, 20 ohm resistor is 1, 15 ohm resistor is 1, yes, 10 millihenry is 1, next 50 microfarad is 1, the next one, students, 30 volts voltage source is 1. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number of branches equal to 6. How many number of branches, sir? The number of branches equal to 6. No, nodes equal, number of nodes equal to 4. The number of nodes equal to 4. Is it clear, friends? Just I am giving this example. And I given here every branch is connected between two nodes. Every branch is connected between the two nodes. It contributes the degree at two nodes. This branch will contribute the degree at this node, and same branch will contribute the degree at this node. Is correct or not? This branch, what the degree of this node? What the degree of this node? 3. What the degree of this node also? 3. Because this branch will contribute the degree here. This branch will also contribute the degree here. Every branch will contribute the degrees at two nodes. Now tell the students, this 20 ohm resistor will contribute the degree at node 1. The same 20 ohm resistor will contribute the degree at node 3. But one observation here, what is the degree of this node, students? 3. What the degree of this node, sir? It is also equal to 3. What the degree of this node, students? It is also 3. What the degree of this node, students? It is also equal to 3. You can add the sum of all the degrees. Add all the sum of all the degrees. Yes, friends. Here I am giving, if you add the sum of all the degrees, sum of all degrees. If you add sum of all degrees, how much you can get, friends? It's a 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Is it correct? Total 12 I am getting. Sum of all degrees equal to I am getting 12. Then how many number of branches are there? 6 branches are there. Then the relation is summation delta I is equal to 2 times of branches. This is the relation. The relation between sum of the degrees and the branches. Can you understand this, friends? Then what is the delta I, sir? Sum of degrees, sir. The sum of degree. This delta indicate the sum of degree. Sum of degrees, degree of nodes is equal to 2 times of branches. 2 times of how many number of branches are there? 6. 2 into 6 you can do what? You can get 12. By adding this also what you are getting? 12. Clear, friends? Get this about what exactly? A branch, what the relation between the sum of the degree of nodes and the branches. Clear? Next. Yes, friends. Here I am defining the what is the loop. What is the loop, sir? It is a closed path in the network, a path that starts and ends at same point. A loop is nothing but a closed path in the network. A path that starts and ends at the same point. Starts and ends at the same point is nothing but a loop. Is nothing but a yes, friends. Now, for example, you take this network. Let's consider this circuit I am taking. Okay, this is the voltage source. Yes, friends. Here I am connecting one resistance. Here also I am connecting one resistance, and here I am connecting one capacitor. Okay, and here I am connecting one inductance. Yes, let this is the 50 ohms. Let this is the 20 ohms. Let this is 15 millihenry. Let this is 40 microfarad. Let this is 20 volts. Yeah. Now, how many number of loops are here? How many number of loops? How many number of loops, friends? The number of loops equal to here number of loops. Yes, it is a closed path in network, a path that starts and ends at same point. The starting point and ending point is same. Then it is treated as a which one, friends? Then it is treated as a loop. And this is the one loop, sir. This is one loop. This is also another loop. And this is also loop. This is also loop. Starts and ends at the same point. Totally number of loops equal to how many number of loops, friends? 3. The number of loops equal to 3. Is it okay? Understand, friends? Okay. It closed path in a network, a path that starts and ends at same point, then it is treated as a loop. Here number of loops equal to 3. Number of loops equal to 3. Okay. Next. Yes, friends. The number of loops equal to 3. Next. What is the mesh? A loop in which we cannot form any smaller loop inside is called mesh. Understand? A loop in which we cannot form any smaller loop inside is called the mesh. Take the example here. Take the example. Yes, here I connected one resistance. Also, I connected one more resistor. Yeah, I taken one more resistor here. A resistor or capacitor, any element you can take, no problem. Here I connected one capacitor. Yes, friends, let this is the 30 volt source. Let this is 20 ohm resistance. It is a 15 ohm resistance. It is a 10 ohm resistance. It is a 5 microfarad. Like this, we can. How many number of meshes here, friends? How many number of meshes? Can anybody tell how many number of meshes here? Yes, friends. Yeah, this is one mesh, and this is the another mesh. But if you take this one, if you take this one, but it is not a mesh. Why? A loop in which we cannot form any smaller loop. If you consider this is the mesh, inside there is exist a smaller loops. That's why it is not a mesh. It is not a mesh, sir. That's why how many number of meshes here? It is mesh is also loop. Mesh is also loop. Mesh is also loop. But inside it does not consist of any smaller loops. Inside does not consist of any. You take this is the mesh, but inside is there any another loop is there? No. That's why it is a mesh. It is a closed loop. It is also loop. Inside any another mesh is there? No. That's why the number of meshes equal to 2. The number of meshes equal to 2 squares. Understand? That's why this concept you can clearly understand. If it is a loop, part of this one is which one? Mesh. That says mesh is the subset of the loop. Mesh is the subset of the loop. Understand, friends? Then the point to remember here, how many number of nodes is there, friends? How many number of nodes? Number of nodes. How many number of nodes are there? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. The number of nodes equal to 4. How many number of branches is there? How many number of branches here, students? How many number of branches? Can anybody tell? How many number of branches here? 1, 2, 3, 4. This element also take. Total is 5 number of branches. 5 number of branches. Then how to get the number of meshes? The number of meshes equal to the number of meshes. The number of meshes equal to, yes, friends, this is 5 minus 4 plus 1. Then how much you can get? 2. The number of meshes equal to, this is number of nodes. This I am writing, this number of branches, b minus n plus 1. Okay, this is the formula you can apply. This is the number of mesh. The number of mesh equal to, that is b minus n plus 1. That's how many number of mesh we are getting? 2 number of meshes. Clear, students? Yeah, this is the some minimum knowledge is required. What exactly node, what exactly branch, what is the loop, what is the mesh, what is the degree of the node, what is the network, what is the circuit. Now with this knowledge, now we go for before that, what is the planar network and non-planar networks? Okay, this also mainly this knowledge is mainly required in the graph theory, but it is. But here I am giving. If it is possible to draw the diagram of circuit on a plane, the name itself it indicates planar. Planar is nothing but a plane. Plane is nothing but a two-dimensional plane. Surface, then it is said to be planar circuit. The view is like a two-dimensional. The view is like a two-dimensional, then it is a planar. The view is like a three-dimensional, then it is a non-planar network. If the network is not possible in two-dimensional view and it is drawn in 3D, then it is called non-planar network. Then it is called non-planar network. It is a planar network. It is also planar network, but it is a non-planar network. The view is a three-dimensional. But here, by seeing this one, we have some doubts, sir. It is crossing like this. That's why it is a non-planar. No, sir. It is a planar. But the same element, same network, you can draw like this. Same network you can draw like this. This is inductance. This inductance, and this is the resistance. Yes, friends. This is the resistance, and the same network I am drawing like this. Okay, this is the resistance, and this is connected is the inductance. Here this is the inductance. Here this is inductance, and here I connected voltage source plus minus. Okay, then this element I removed. and I connected like this. This element I removed. Yes, friends. This element I removed, then I connected like this. Then it is a three-dimensional view. Then it is treated as a, which one? This network is the non-planar. Okay, this is the non-planar. Understood? Then it is appearing as a three-dimensional view. Then it is not drawn in the two-dimensional view. Then it is nothing but it is a non-planar network. It is a non-planar, but it is a planar only. Even though it is a crossing like this, it is a planar only. But if you draw like this, then it becomes a which one, students? It is a non-planar network. It is a three-dimensional view. Okay, this is the difference between the planar network and the non-planar network. Now, we'll see the concept of mesh analysis. Yes, friends, please concentrate. What exactly mesh analysis? Clear understanding is very important. Please concentrate. Yes, sir. KVL plus Ohm's law is nothing but a mesh analysis. KVL plus Ohm's law. Okay, we are applying the KVL plus Ohm's law. It includes the, you know already KVL plus Ohm's law is included, then it becomes a mesh analysis. This is applied for planar networking. This mesh analysis is applied only for planar network. Yes, right. In order to apply the mesh analysis, what are the steps you follow? But don't by heart these steps. Just by solving some problems, you can get idea. Okay, no need to by heart. But this is the procedure. Check if the circuit is planar. Check if circuit is planar. If necessary, redraw the network without crossing the elements. If necessary, redraw the network without crossing the elements. Identify the independent meshes. Identify the independent meshes. That means you count what are the number of meshes are there. Define mesh currents. For consistency, select a clockwise direction for each mesh. Most of the students, they are confusing. Sir, shall I check the current in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction? But there is no any rule to take the clockwise or anti-clockwise. But it is always advisable for consistency. Select a clockwise direction for each of the mesh currents. But this is not a requirement. Compulsory, there is no, you take always clockwise only. You don't take anti-clockwise like that. But it is advised is take the clockwise direction of the current in all the meshes. Next, apply KVL to each mesh and write their linear voltage equation. After selecting the current directions in each mesh, then write down the KVL equations. Solve linear equation to obtain the mesh currents. Then by solving those equations, we can obtain the currents. If voltage across current source to be calculated, that means if any current sources are present in applying the mesh analysis, write KVL around the mesh containing the current source. Write the KVL around a mesh containing the current. I will give some examples, then you can easily understand these points. But these are the steps you follow to apply the mesh analysis. But mesh analysis applied for only which network, friends? It is a planar network. It is applied for the planar network. Now see, in different cases, mainly three cases that I want to explain in detail, you can clearly understand. Later on, I will solve the problems. This only explanation purpose I am giving these examples. Later on, see different models of questions in compute exam based on the mesh analysis. Yes, friends. First, mesh analysis without current sources. How you can apply? If the current sources are not present, how to apply the mesh analysis? Let's consider, to understand this one, let's consider one example. Yes, friends. Let's consider one example. Here I taken one resistance. How to apply the mesh analysis? This is also resistance. That this is the voltage source. Plus minus. Let this you take 100 volts. Yes, friends. And this also one more resistance. And here I'm drawing the one more resistance here. This also resistance. And this is voltage source. So minus plus. It's a 200 volts. Yeah, one more branch I'm taking here. Okay, this is minus plus. You take this is minus plus, and this is the 60 ohms. It is the 60 ohms. Yes, it's a 50 volts. 50 volts. and this is the 60 ohms, 60 ohms, and we connected this one. Now, this resistance values I am giving, this is the 50 ohms, and it is the 50 ohms, and it is the 100 ohms, yes friends, and this is the 40 ohms. Just for understanding, I am not solving this problem, okay? Just how to apply the mesh analysis, that I am explaining the concept. Later on you solve the problems, yes friends. Then first you take the current directions. Yes, I am taking the clockwise current directions. Let this is I1, okay, this is I2, and this also I3. Okay, this is I3. Then apply the this KVL in different meshes. Apply the KVL in different meshes. Then first apply KVL. I am applying this one, mesh one. Let this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. Apply KVL, yes friends. 50 into I1. 50 into I1. If you take minus means, if you take minus 50 into I1, minus 100 into this one, then you take here plus. Here you can get plus. But here plus you are taking means here you can get minus. That is the only difference. Okay, no problem. 50 into I1 plus 100 into what you can get, students? This is I1 current is flowing here, but I2 current is getting opposite. That is I1 minus I2 plus 40 into what the current is flowing this one? I1. This is equal to 100 volts. Is equal to 100. Is any doubt, sir? Is any doubt here? Students, no sir, you told that this is plus minus, this is plus minus, positive to negative means minus, positive to negative means minus, positive to negative means minus, but negative to positive means plus, sir. Like that you told. Yes, you take like this, you can get same answer. Or you are entering at positive terminal, take positive. Entering at positive terminal, take positive. Entering at positive terminal, take positive. Entering at negative terminal, take negative. That is also procedure you follow. Any rule you can apply, sir. Any rule you can apply. Because when I write the negative again, I want change the sign changes. That's why I'm writing like this is equal to 0. Enter at positive terminal, take positive. Enter at positive terminal, take positive. Enter at positive terminal, take positive. Enter at negative terminal, take negative. Like that also you consider. Or you are moving from positive to negative, take negative. Positive to negative, take negative. Positive to negative, take negative. Negative to positive, take positive. That rule also you can apply. Any method you follow, students. Then what you are getting here? 50 into I1 plus 100 into I1 minus I2, I1 minus I2 plus 40 into I1 is equal to 100. Is equal to 100. Then we can simplify this one. What you can get? 190 into I1, 190 into I1 minus 100 into I2, minus 100 into I2. Yes, friends. Minus 100 into I2. Yes, is it's I1 minus I3. I got wrong here. Here we are moving like this now. Please. 40 into, yes, students. Okay, this how much? 50 into I1 minus I3. It's 50 into I1 minus, sorry. 1 minute, sir. I got wrong. Because I3 is also there. I3 also there. Please concentrate. This one, friends. 50 into, this I3 is opposite to this one. I1 minus I3 plus 100 into, this is I1 is like this, opposite I2, I1 minus I2 plus 40 into I1 plus 40 into I1 is equal to 100. Now simplify this one. This 50 into I1 plus 40 into I1, 90 into I1, 90 into I1 plus this minus 100 into I2 we can get. Minus 100 into I2, minus 100 into I2 is okay, students. Minus 50 into I3, minus 50 into I3. This is equal to 100. That this is the one equation. Now apply in mesh 2, apply in mesh 2, apply this KVL, students. If you apply KVL in this case, what you can get? Yes, this is, we are moving like this, but I3 is opposite. 50 into I2 minus I3, 50 into I2 minus I3, yes friends, plus 30 into I2, plus 30 into I2, plus 100 into I2 minus I1. I2 minus I1 is equal to 200. Is equal to 200. Then you simplify this one. How much you can get, friends? Minus 100 I1. Minus 100 I1. Next, here 50 I2, here 100 I2, here 30 I2. 180 I2. 180 I2 minus 50 I3. Is it correct? Minus 50 I3 is equal to 200. This is equation 2. Okay. This is for mesh 2. This is for mesh 1. Next, you apply this KVL here. Apply the KVL here, friends. What you can get? This is 60 into I3. 60 into I3 plus 50 into, with respect to I3 we are applying. I2 is opposite. I3 minus I2. I3 minus I2 plus what we are getting 50 into I3 minus I1. I3 minus I1 is equal to 50. Then you simplify this one. How much we can get, students? Minus 50 I1 minus 50 I1 plus what you can get, sir? I2 is minus 50 I2. It's a minus 50 I2. Minus 50 I2. Is okay, students? It's a minus 50 I2. Next, what you can get? This is 60 I3, this is 50 I3, this is 50 I3. 50 plus 50, 100, 100 plus 60, 160 I3. Is it correct? 160 I3 is equal to 50. This is equation 3. Then by solving equations 1 and 3, by solving, yes, friends, by solving equations 1, 2 and 3, we can get yes, I1, I2 and I3. The solving is mathematical analysis is in our hand, but I'm not finding the solution for this, not required. Just method I'm explaining. Then to solve this one, you go for equation methods or you go for Cramer rule. In mathematics, in matrix, you know Cramer rule. Apply the Cramer rule, then you can solve for that. If you want to apply Cramer rule, means what you can do, friends? If you want to apply the Cramer rule for this one, what you can do? You write as a matrix. You can write as a matrix. Then how to write this is as a matrix. I'm not solving this one, sir. I don't want solution of this one. Just I'm giving idea. This is 190 minus 100 minus 50. Is it correct? This one 190 minus 100 minus 50. Next, which ones, friends? Minus 100 minus 180. This is correct. Minus 100. Sorry, plus 180. Plus 180 minus 50. It's a plus 180 minus 50. The next one is which one, friends? This minus 100 plus 180 minus 50. Minus 50 minus 50, 160. Minus 50 minus 50, 160. Minus 50 minus 50, 160. This is then I1, I2, I3. This is I1. I'm writing as in matrix form. I1, I2. Just we can expect in competitive exam only in matrix form. What is the matrix form? But there is one method, is a direct inspection method also, that I will explain. Just by seeing the circuit also directly you can write the matrix. Later on that you will see. This is 100. That is a 200. Then it is a 50. Okay. Then from this one you can calculate what is the delta, and you calculate delta 1. You calculate delta 2. You can calculate delta 3. Which rule we can apply, students? Cramer rule. It's a Cramer rule we can apply in mathematics, that you know. Then you can calculate what is I1. What is I1, students? This I1 you can write as a delta 1 by delta. I2 is written as a delta 2 by delta. I3 is written as a, which one, students? Delta 3 by delta. I think all of you know mathematics. Go this one. I don't want solution of this. Okay. This is the, if current sources are not present, how to apply the mesh analysis. I think you got one idea. What exactly mesh analysis without current sources. If the current sources are present, mesh analysis with current sources. This is very simple analysis. With current sources, just here I am giving one example. This model already framed in even GATE exam also for 2 marks question. It's a simple, within 2 minutes we can solve this problem. But to solve this problem, it takes more time. That's why you don't expect this much of problem in GATE point of view. Just idea given. Yes, friends. Now see mesh analysis with current sources. If the current sources are present, how to apply the mesh analysis? Yes, friends, please concentrate. Here I am giving the, well, let this is the voltage source, plus minus, it is a 6 volts, 6 volts voltage source, and this I am giving, it's a 4 ohm resistor, it's a 4 ohm resistor, and it is one more resistor I am connecting here. Okay, and this is a 2 ohm resistor, it is also 2 ohm resistor, and it is a 4 ohm resistor. Okay, and here there is a current sources, there is a current source, and here it is a resistance. Yes, friends, here also one more current source here. This is also current source. Okay, current source, that this is 4 ohm resistance it is given, and this resistance is given as a 2 ohms, and it is also given as 4 ohms, and it is given as 2 ohm resistance, and it is also 2 ohm resistance. Okay, this current is 6 amperes, and this current is 4 amperes. Is it two? Then you want to find what are the currents. Yes, friends, first you take the either clockwise or anti-clockwise directions, that is no problem, but it is always advisable take the clockwise. Let this is I1, and let this is I2. Yes, friends, let this is I3, and this is I4. One sequence you follow. This is I4. Yes. If current sources are present, if current sources are present, see these two loops current sources are present. Then directly you take this I4 direction and this 6 ampere direction is same here. Then you can write I4 equal to 6 amperes over. This I4 direction, 6 ampere direction is same. I4 equal to 6 amperes. Now in this loop or mesh, see this I3 direction and 4 ampere direction is opposite. This I3 direction or 4 ampere direction is opposite. That's why I3 how much you can get, students? I3 how much you can take? Minus 4 amperes you take. Okay. I3 and I4 values you know. Then you can apply KVL in this loop, first loop and the second loop. If you apply KVL in this loops, what you can get, friends? Let this is in 1 and this is the 2. In loop 1, I am applying this, friends. Then what you can get? 2 into I1 minus I2. 2 into I1 minus I2. Yes. Thus we can apply 2 into I1 minus I2 plus 4 into what you can get, friends? I1 minus I4. I1 minus I4 is equal to 6. Yes, 2 into I1 minus I2 plus 4 into I1 minus I4, you know, I4 is 6 amperes. That you substitute here. This equal to 6. This equal to 6 volts. Then by simplifying this one, what you can get? This is 2I1, this is 4I1. This is the 6I1 minus 2I2. This is how much, friends? It is a minus 2I2, minus 2I2, minus 2I2. This is how much, friends? Minus 24 is equal to 6. Then what is 6I1 minus 2I2 is equal to 30. Once again you simplify this one. Divide both sides by 2. 3I1 minus I2 equal to 15. This equation one simple equation we are getting. Clear, friends? Then apply KVL in loop 2. In mesh 2 you can apply. Mesh 2 apply the KVL. Then what you can get, friends? This is 4I2. This is 4I2. Yes, friends, plus 2 into this is I2 minus I3. Is it correct? I2 minus I3 plus 2 into I2 minus I3 plus 2 into I2 minus I4. I2 minus I4 is equal to 0. There is no any voltage source, is equal to 0. Is okay, friends? 4 into I2 plus 2 into I2 minus I3 plus 2 into what you can get? 2 into I2 minus I1. It's not I4. I2 minus I1. It's I1, 2 into I2 minus I1. Yes, friends, 4 into I2 plus 2 into I2 minus, what is I3, friends? It's a minus 4. I3 is minus 4 plus 2 into I2 minus I1 is equal to 0. Then you simplify this one, what you can get, sir? This is 4I2, this is 2I2, 6I2, 6I2, 6I2 plus this is 2I2, 8I2. Is it correct? We are getting 8I2. This is 4I2, this is 2I2. It's a 6I2, 6I2 plus 2I2, 8I2. 8I2. This is minus 2I1, minus 2I1. This how much you can get, students? Minus into minus plus 4, that is 8. Plus 8 equal to 0. Then you write minus 2I1 plus 8I2 plus 8I2 is equal to minus 8. Then you simplify this one. What you can get, students? Minus I1 plus 4I2 is equal to minus 4. Let this is equation 2. Now we can solve for equation 1 and 2. Solve equation 1 and 2. Solve equation 1 and 2. It is very easy to solve these two equations. Equation 1 and 2. Then we can calculate I1 and I2. This we can expect for 2 marks questions. This model. This we can get directly. I am writing 5.09 amperes. You please check that one. You try this. This is I am giving assignment for you. You solve this one. I2 equal to 0.2. That is calculation is in our hands. This I am explaining concept here. I2 equal to 0.273 amperes. Already I3, I4 you know. I3 equal to minus 4 ampere. I4 equal to 6 amperes. Then I calculated I1 is 5.09 amperes. I2 equal to 0.273 amperes. Is it okay, students? Is clear, sir? Okay, this about how to apply this mesh analysis if the current sources are present. To understand the concept clearly, this I am giving different cases. The third case also I want to explain in the mesh analysis. The third case also. Mesh analysis with dependent sources. If the dependent sources are present, how to proceed? If the dependent source is present, how to proceed? Yes, friends, same concept only. Okay, you please concentrate here. This giving this example. Okay, this also simple. We can expect for 2 marks question also for this one. Okay, this is the 6 volts voltage source, plus minus 6 volts it is given, plus minus 6 volts it is given, and it is a 2 ohm resistance. It is a 2 ohm resistance, and here a dependent source is given. Here the dependent source is given. So dependent source is yes, friends, it's a dependent source is given. This voltage is plus minus it is given, and here 4 ohm resistor. It's a 4 ohm resistor. Then it is given as it's a 3 ohm resistor. It's a 3 ohm, and it is a 6 ohm resistor. This 3 ohm it is given, and this is plus minus Vx dependent dependent parameter is given across 3 ohm resistor, plus minus Vx. This is 1.5 Vx it is given, 1.5 Vx, and here a 5 ohm resistor. So 5 ohm resistor, and this is 8 ohm resistor. Yes, 8 ohm resistor, and here it is the current source is given. Along with current source, I am giving this one. Yes. Yeah, the current source is given, it's 8 amperes. It's not 8 amperes, it's 2 ampere source. It's a 2 ampere. Yes. Yes, friends, now you take, for example, I am taking this one. This is the I1. I'm applying the mesh analysis here. How to proceed in this case, mesh analysis. Please concentrate. Yeah, let this is the I1. Let this is I2. And this is I3. Sir, why you taken this is I1, this is I2, sir? I will take I1 here. No problem. You take. Okay, there is no any restrictions to take the compulsory notations. Okay, then you take any direction, no problem. If they given the whatever the notations, according to that notation only follow. Okay, this I taken I4. But clearly you can get one current here. Which current, sir? Just by seeing this one, we can get one current. Which current that? Because current source is present. If the current source is present, we are getting one current. What this one? This I1 direction and 2 ampere direction is same. That's why I'm getting I1 equal to 2 ampere. I1 equal to 2 amperes. Okay, that is over. Okay, now, yes, friends, you apply KVL in this loop. It is a very small loop. That's why I'm applying here. This is a loop 4. I'm applying this one. Yes, friends, 3 into I4, 3 into I4 plus 6 into I4 plus 6 into I4. This is minus 1.5 into Vx is equal to 0. Yes, friends, I taken like this. Enter at positive terminal, take positive. Enter at positive terminal, take positive. Enter at negative terminal, take negative. No, sir. This you told that this is minus, this is minus, this is plus. After simplifying also, then you can get like this one. Just here minus means here you can get the plus. Okay, don't confuse. Okay, this 3i4 plus 6i4 minus 1 point Vx equals. But what is Vx here, friends? What is Vx, sir? What is Vx? This Vx is defined across 3 ohm resistance. Okay, this is observation. Where this dependent source variable is there, here Vx is there. This Vx equal to 3 into I4. Vx equal to 3 into I4. Yes, friends. If Vx equal to 3 into I4, this is substitute here. Then what you can get? This is 3i4, yes, plus 6i4 minus 1.5 into 3i4 is okay, equal to 0. Is equal to 0. Then what you can get, friends? This is 3i4 plus 6i4 is 9i4. This is minus 4.5i2. Is it correct, sir? It's a 9i4, that is minus 4.5i4. Minus 4.5i4. Is it correct? Then from this, what is i4 you can get, friends? How much i4 you can get? Quick, friends. What is i4 you can get? That is, it's a 4.i4 is a 3i4. Yeah. Okay, that no need to substitute here, leave it. Okay, this total we are getting in terms of i4 only. Yes, this is 3i4 plus 6i4, 1.5 into Vx. This, yes, sir. Here we can get the i4 equal to 0. Yes, yes, we are getting i4 equal to 0. Okay, leave it. Is it okay? 3i4 plus 6i4 minus 1.5 into Vx. Minus 1.5 into Vx equal 3i4. But here no need to calculate here i4. Okay, leave it. This we are getting 0. Okay, leave it. Then you can apply KVL here. Apply the KVL in second loop and third loop. Apply the KVL in second loop and third loop. Yes, friends. This I taken I2, this is I taken I3. If you apply KVL in this loop, what you can write this one? Second loop. Apply KVL in this loop, friends. What you can get? 4 into I2 minus I3. 4 into I2 minus I3 plus 1.5 into Vx. 1.5 into Vx. Then plus 5 into I2 minus I1. I2 minus I1. Okay, is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. 4 into I2 minus I3 plus 1.5 into Vx plus 5 into I2 minus I3. This I am solving this 4 into I2 minus I3 plus 1.5 into what is Vx? Vx equal to 3i4. Vx equal to 3i4 plus 5 into I2 minus I1 is equal to 0. 5 into I2 minus I1 is equal to 0. Yes, friends. Now you substitute 4 into what is I2? This I2 you don't know. What is I3? I3 also you don't know. Plus 1.5 into 3, that is 4.5 into I4 plus 5 into I2 minus I1. What is I1? 2 amperes is equal to 0. Yes, friends, you simplify this one, what you can get? This is 4I2 plus 5I2. 4I2 plus 5I2 is 9I2. 9I2. By substituting this one, what you got, students? I4 equal to 0. Then if you substitute this I4 equal to 0 here, then what you are getting? This is 9I2. 9I2 minus 4I3. 9I2 minus 4I3. Is it correct? 4I2 plus 5I2, 9I2 minus 4I3 is equal to, this is minus 10. This minus 10 means is equal to 10. Is clear? Okay, this is for loop 2. Let this is the equation 1. From loop 3, yes friends, you can apply for loop 3, you can apply what you can get. This, yes friends, for loop 3 you can apply this 2 into I3, 2 into I3 plus 4 into 2 into I3, this is what you can get, students, plus 4 into I3 minus I2, 4 into I3 minus I2 is equal to 6. Then what you can get? 2I3 plus 4I3 is 6I3 minus 4I2 plus 6I3 is equal to 6. Let this is equation. Solve equation 1 and 2. Solve equations 1 and 2. We can get I2 and I3. I2 and I3. This is I am giving assignment for you. Then you find this is I2 and I3. Solve this equation 1 and 2 and find the what is the I2 and I3. What is the I2 and I3 you find. After finding I2 and I3, and you also calculate what is the power dissipated in the 4 ohm resistor. This is homework. I am giving this assignment. Yes, friends. Calculate power dissipated in the 4 ohm resistor. Calculate power dissipated in 4 ohm resistor. How to calculate, friends? What the power dissipated in the 4 ohm resistor? How to calculate? This is equal to, yes, friends. Yeah, this is the 4 ohm resistor. What the power dissipated in the 4 ohm? What the current is flowing this 4 ohm resistor? I2 minus I3. That is 4 into I square R now. I2 minus I3 whole square. I square R. I square R formula. That is I square means I2 minus I3 whole square into R. It is a 4 ohm resistor. Next, one more question. Power supplied by the 6 volt source. What are the power supplied by 6 volt source? Power supplied by a 6 volt source. How to calculate, students, power supplied by the 6 volt source? What is the current in this loop 6 volt source? What are the current, students? This is 6 into I3. The power supplied by the 6 volt source is 6 into I3. You can solve that I2 and I3. I am giving this answers also. I2 equal 2.211 amperes we can get. You check your answers by solving this one. I3 equal to 2.474 amperes you can get. This is I2 and I3. Then you can calculate what the power dissipated by the resistor and power supplied by the 6 volt source. This model you can expect. Is it clear, friends? Is it understand, sir? Okay. Any doubt? Okay, this I calculated how you can get I4. That is just by substitute I4 equal to 0. 3I4. Actually, I erased that one. 6I4 minus 1.5x into 3 into I4. Okay, this is equal to 0. We are getting this I4 equal to 0. Okay, that point. Yes, friends. Is it okay? Next. In mesh analysis, one more concept, super mesh analysis. Then when we consider the super mesh analysis, this is also important concept. If super mesh is there, how to identify it is a super mesh? Then how, if super mesh is there, how to simplify that? Yes, friends. This is also very important concept. In case of some circuits employing the mesh analysis technique, independent dependent current sources can be common to two or more meshes, then that is nothing but a super mesh. Then you can consider that as a common to two or more meshes, then that is considered as a super mesh. Then how we can create the super mesh? In that case, we can create the super mesh, then we can solve the, then we can simplify that circuit. See, for example, here example I am giving, when we can create the super mesh, when we can create the super mesh. Yes, friends, let this is the voltage source, this plus minus Vs, it's a voltage source, and I connected, this is the resistance, R1 is the resistance, let one more resistance it is given, this is the R5 is the resistance, R5 is the resistance, let this is the R2 resistance, R2 resistance, and here it is given as a current source. Yes, friends, here one current source is given, then the resistance is, let here I take this is R4, and this is given as R3, and here 6 volt source is there. Yes, 6, not 6 volts, I'm not representing that one, it's a 2 voltage sources. Let this is Vs1, this is Vs2. Now, yes friends, this is nothing but a super mesh. This current source is common for two meshes. This current source is common for two meshes. Across this, we can create the super mesh. Across this, we can create the super mesh. Yes, friends. Let, for example, this I am taken as I1. Then this current is I taken as, in this loop, the current is taken as I2. And in this loop, the current is taken as I3. This is I3 currents I take. Then across this, we can create the super mesh. This is the super mesh. Then a super mesh is created by using auxiliary equation. A super mesh. Here we can write one equation. Extra equation we can get. A super mesh is created by using auxiliary equation. By using auxiliary equation. Auxiliary equation. Yes, friends. This Is equal to this I2. This, the direction of this current you see. The direction of this current and I2 direction is same. That I2 I assume like this. This I2 direction and this current direction is same. Then you take, this is the reference. Is equal to I2, but this is opposite. I3 is opposite. Is equal to I2 minus I3. Actually, we can get three equations. 1, 2, 3. But extra we are getting one more here. Is equal to I2 minus I3. Okay, this is the super mesh. Yes, friends. Now see, if so, I want to solve one problem based on this concept, then you can clearly understand. Yes. See this one. I am giving one example here. Please concentrate. Okay, this is the creation of the super mesh. This is the creation of the super mesh. You see one example based on this. For example, it is given like this. Okay, this model is, we can also expect. Yes, friends. This type of models, super mesh, simple questions also there by creation of super mesh, that you will see later. This is plus minus. Yes, friends. This is plus minus 12 volts. 12 volts. This is, and this is 6 ohm resistor. This is 6 ohm resistor. Okay, and this is 4 ohm resistor. 4 ohm resistor, and here also one voltage source plus minus. And this I'm giving, this is 6 volts, and this is the 3 ohm resistor, and this is the 2 ohm resistor. Okay, I'm giving maximum possible difficulty here. Yes, it's a 2 ohm resistor, and here there is a current source. This is a common for two meshes, two loops, whose current is, it is given as 8 amperes. Yes, it is given as 8 amperes. Yes, friends, this is 1 ohm resistor, and this is minus plus 6 volts. Okay, this is minus plus 6 volts. Six volts. Yes, that is the problem. Then it is the common for these two. Then apply the super mesh. Okay, here we can create the super mesh equation. Yes. Okay, now you take some currents here. Let I am assuming that this is I1. This is I1. Here one more resistor in this. Please concentrate. Here this resistance is 7 ohms. This resistance is 5 ohms. Okay, this is 7 ohm resistance. This is 5 ohm resistance. Yes, friends, this is I1, and you take this is I2. This notation may be any notation, that is no problem. And this is I3, and this is I4. Yes, friends. Then you can apply the KVL. We can apply. First, I am applying for this one. This is first one. 6 into I1 minus I3. 6 into I1 minus I3. Yes, friends. Plus 7 into I1 is equal to 12. Is equal to 12. Then what you can get? This is 13 I1 minus 6 I3 is equal to 12. Let this is equation 1. Okay, one equation I got. Yes, friends. Then we go for mesh 2, this one, loop 2, 3I2, 2I2, 3I2 plus 2I2 plus 4 into I2 minus I3 is equal to 6. What you can get, sir? This is 5, this is 5 plus 4, 9I2 minus 9I2 minus 4I3 is equal to 6. That is equation 2. Next, now from super mesh. Now we can analyze from super mesh. From super mesh. Yes, friends, how to write from super mesh? Don't apply between these. Don't apply between these. Once it is super mesh is created means, then you apply KVL here. This total loop you can, because it is separate. It is a super mesh. That's why don't apply in this loop. Don't apply this. Then you go for this total loop. You create this total loops, because this current source is considered as a, here we are created the one super mesh. That's why for this total loop we can apply. This for this total loop we can apply. Is okay, students? Now see, I'm starting from this point. From this point I'm starting 6 into I3 minus I1 6 into I3 minus I1 plus 4 into I3 minus I2. See, if super mesh is there, if how to apply KVL, that you please consider. 4 into I3 minus I2, I3 minus, this total is 4 into I3 minus I2, I3 minus. But in this branch, it is I4 only. Students, I am going like this. 6 into I3 minus I1 plus 4 into I3 minus I2. But here, which one current? You take only I4. 1 into I4 plus 1 into I4. 1 into I4 is okay. Yes, students. Next, plus 5 into I3. This here only I3. Don't consider I4 here. This is I4 is related to this branch. But for this total loop here, plus 5 into I3 is equal to 6. Is equal to 6. You simplify this one, what you can get, sir? Minus 6I1. Minus 6I1. Is there any I2? Minus 4I2. Minus 4I2. I3, 6I3, 4I3, 10I3, 10I3 plus 5I3, 15I3. This is 15I3 plus I4 is equal to 6. That this is equation 3. Yes. See, if super mesh is created, how you are applying? Please concentrate. This observation is important. That's why I am explaining this problem. Next, from super mesh, then you can write equation. This direction of this current is in the direction of I3. And this is opposite to I4. Then I3 minus I4 equal to how much, sir? 8. I3 minus I4 equal to 8. This is the equation. Equation 4. Yes, friends. Yes. Substitute I4 equal to that is I4 equal to I3 minus 8 in equation 3. In equation 3. Yes, friends. Then by simplifying that one, we can get minus 6I1 minus 6I1 minus 4I2. Directly I am writing minus 4I2 plus 16I3 is equal to 4 you can get, sir. Let this is equation 5. Now tell the friends, this is equation 1 in terms of I1 and I3. Equation 2 is in terms of I2 and I3. Equation 3 in terms of I1, I2 and I3. Then by solving equation, that I am giving homework for you. By solving equations 1, 2 and 5, we can get I1, I2 and I3. We can get I1, I2 and I3. Here I am giving answers also. 1.81 ampere, 818 amperes we can get. 1.528 amperes we can get. 1.528 amperes we can get. Then 1.939 amperes we can get. This I am giving assignment for. Please try. Don't leave, sir. Please don't leave. Please practice. Don't think it's a very large problems. We don't expect in GATE like that. But concept, see, if you solve the very large problems, 2 or 3 problems, solving of simple problems is very easy. Okay, that point you remember. Because total concept is covered here. Total concept is covered. Okay, please practice this one. Please do this one. Okay, this is about what exactly, if super mesh is there, how to apply the concept. Okay, these 3 cases, totally 4 cases that I explained. Without any current sources, with current sources, with dependent sources, with super mesh. With the super mesh creation. So, okay, in this problem, you can also expect the question like this. What the current through 4 ohm resistor? If the question is asked, what the current through 4 ohm resistor, students? I2 minus I3. The current through 4 ohm resistor is I2 minus I3. What the power supplied by 12 volt source? What the power supplied by 12 volt source? If it is asked, what the power supplied by, here I am giving these questions. What is current through 4 ohm resistor? What is current through 4 ohm resistor? This is homework. Current through 4 ohm resistor. Next, what is the power supplied by 12 volt source? Power supplied by 12 volt source. What is the power supplied by 12 volt source, students? Is equal to 12 into I1. 12 into I1 you calculated now, you substitute here, then you can get. What is the current through 4 ohm resistor, students? The current through 4 ohm resistor is how much, students? This is current through 4 ohm resistor is how much? It is I2 minus I3. This is 4 ohm resistor. I2 minus I3. It's I2 minus I3. Is okay? Okay, like this we can do the analysis. This is about what exactly mesh analysis. The next one is nodal analysis. The nodal analysis is very simple. It's a KCL plus Ohm's law. That is KVL plus Ohm's law, sir. It is a KCL plus Ohm's law. KCL plus Ohm's law is nothing but a nodal analysis. The independent nodal equations equal to how many nodal equations we can get? N minus 1. N minus 1. Where independent, how many number of mesh equations we can get? What is the formula? How many number of mesh equations we can get, students? The number of mesh equations or number of independent loops. How many number of independent loops we can get in the case of mesh analysis? Number of independent loops. Independent loops. Number of independent loops is equal to this. We can apply L equal to B minus N plus. This is B minus, where B is the number of branches that you know. B is the number of branches. Number of branches. Yes, students. N equal to number of nodes. Number of nodes that you concentrate. Okay, clear, students? That you concentrate. Similarly, in the case of nodal analysis, this I am giving. Yes. Independent nodal equations is N minus 1. Applicable for both planar and non-planar network. This point to remember. Nodal analysis is applicable for both planar. This theory questions also very important points. Then what are the steps we can follow in nodal analysis? Select reference node, that is a zero potential node. Identify the principal nodes. What is the principal node? I told already. If the degree is greater than 2, then it is a principal node. Notify the voltages as V1, V2, V3 and so on. V1, V2, V3 and so on. Like that, you can notify these voltages. Apply KCL and Ohm's law at each node to solve the unknowns. You can solve some problem, then you get ideas. No need to by heart these steps. Okay, please concentrate. Apply KCL and Ohm's law at each node to solve the unknowns. Then there is a concept of supernode analysis also. There is a concept of supernode analysis also. When either node of a voltage source is not connected to the reference, the source is called floating voltage source. When either node of a voltage source, if any one voltage source is given, if that either node of the voltage source is not connected to the reference of the source, then it is treated as a which node, students? It is treated as a supernode. Okay, that voltage source is called floating voltage source. Then it is called floating voltage source. See, for example, this one. Yeah, this is the floating voltage source. This is a supernode concept. Yeah, this is the resistor. This is the resistor. There is some resistance. Let us assume that this is R3. And I connected this is R2. R2. Then if any one voltage source is given like this, plus minus, this is the voltage source is given, and this resistance is R. Okay, this is the some current source it is given. Yes. Then this is treated as a supernode. Across this one, we can apply supernode. This source is not directly connected to this source of this node. Then it is treated as a supernode. Okay, supernode. Then first apply the across the KVL across this node. That how to create that supernodal equation that we will see later in solving of the problems that I can explain. Yes, friends. Actually, it is plus 2 minus. Always current direction is taken as a plus 2 minus. Let this is the direction of current. Plus. For example, it is minus. In supernode, it is minus. It is plus is given. Then you take this is the current direction with respect to this one, and this is the current direction we can consider. Across this, we can apply KVL. Across this, we can apply KVL. Then you can get the one nodal equation. That is nothing but a supernode equation. That you can get supernode equations. Yes, sir. When a floating dependent or independent, this source may be dependent source or independent source, whatever may be, is given with respect to a given reference node. A direct application of KCL, either terminal, yes, sir. It's a direct application of KCL, either terminal is not possible because current in the branch with voltage source is not. What the current in the branch? This whatever, because it's a voltage source, we don't know about what the current is. That's why we are not applying KCL. To solve such problems, supernode analysis is used. Then you take this is the supernode analysis. Across this, we can apply the KVL. Then we go for the finding the solution of this network. Finding the solution of this network. Okay, in solving of the problems, how it is used, how we can apply that I will explain. Okay, this is about what exactly nodal analysis. Nodal analysis is nothing but it's very simple. KCL plus Ohm's law. KCL plus Ohm's law. Mesh analysis is nothing but a KVL plus Ohm's law. Okay, based on this, also theory questions are there in competitive exam. How many number of independent nodal equation we can get? N minus 1. How many number of independent loops are there? V minus N plus 1. That formula you get. Yes, friends. Okay, now with this knowledge, now we can solve some problems. Yes. Example 1. Yeah, this is a given circuit. All these are the previous competitive exam questions only, whatever I have solved. Some questions are gate questions, some questions are ESC questions. Yes, friend, this is 10 volts, it is given. This is 2 ohms. And this is current source, a dependent current source. It is a Vx by 2, Vx by 2. And this is 1 ohm resistance. 1 ohm resistance. This plus minus Vx. Plus minus Vx. Then find Vx. In this case, you find the Vx. Yes, friends, it's very simple. This problem we can easily solve just by applying nodal analysis. What is the solution for this one? Quick. Because here dependent source is there, it is very difficult. Like this, no need to think. No need to think. Here it is a Vx means at this node voltage also Vx. Okay. Then apply KCL at this node. KCL plus Ohm's law is nothing but a nodal analysis. Apply nodal analysis. If you apply nodal analysis, this is Vx minus 10. Here plus minus is there, you take minus Vx minus 10 by 2. This is the current is leaving here. Here the current is leaving from this node. Current is leaving from this node. Then you take plus Vx by 2 plus Vx by 2 plus what the current here? Here current in this node is Vx by 1. Yeah, this is Vx by 1 is equal to 0. Vx by 1 equal to 0. Then what you can get, students? This is Vx by 2. It's a minus 5 plus Vx by 2 plus Vx is equal to 0. Vx by 2 plus Vx by 2. Vx, this is Vx. Vx plus Vx, 2Vx. 2Vx equal to 5. Then how much Vx we can get, students? Vx equal to 2.5 volts. It's very simple. Just we are applying which one? Nodal analysis. Nodal analysis and mesh analysis more useful to solve the problems. Now see, yes, friends. Yeah, one more example I am giving. Example 2. Example 2. Please concentrate. This is the circuit it is given. This is 1 ohm resistor. 1 ohm resistor. All these are the previous questions only. This also 1 ohm resistor. And this plus minus 10 volts it is given. Okay, clearly I'm drawing. Please, sorry. This is 1 ohm resistor. And this also 1 ohm resistor. It's a plus minus 10 volts. Okay, and this is the 3 ohm resistor. and it is a 2 ohm resistor. Okay, this is 1 ohm, this also 1 ohm, and it is given 2 amperes. 2 amperes. Okay, and then this is the point P and this is the point Q, and this is 3 ohms. Find Vp minus Vq. So find Vp minus Vq. It's very simple. Just applying the nodal analysis, we can easily solve this problem. Let apply this. Let at this point the voltage is Vp. At this point the voltage is Vq. Apply nodal analysis at P. Yes, friends. At nodal analysis at P. Apply nodal analysis at P. What you can get, friends? This is Vp by 3 plus Vp minus 10 by 1. This voltage minus this voltage by this resistance gives the current. Plus current is leaving. Current is leaving means plus 2 is equal to 0. Then what you can get, friends? This Vp by 3 plus Vp. This is minus 10 plus 2 is equal to 0. Is okay? This is 4 Vp by 3. 4 Vp by 3 equal to 8. And what is Vp? You can get, sir, 6 volts. Then apply nodal analysis at Q. Nodal analysis at Q. Easy to solve this one. Analysis at a Q. If you apply nodal analysis at Q, what you can get, students? This is Vq by 2 plus this is Vq minus 10 by 2. This voltage by this resistance gives the current. It's a KCL. It's a KCL plus Ohm's law. KCL means currents we want to write. KVL means voltage we want to write. In mesh analysis, we want to write the voltages. Here we are writing the currents. KCL plus Ohm's law. Vq minus 10 by 1. This current is entering or leaving. The current is entering or leaving, sir. Entering. Then you take this is minus. Equal to 0. Then Vq by 2 plus Vq minus 10 minus 2 equal to 0. 3 Vq by 2 is equal to 12. Then what is Vq, sir? 8. Then you want to find Vp minus Vq. You want to find Vp minus Vq. Vp is 6 volts, Vq is 8 volts. How much you can get, students? Minus 2 volts. It's a 2 marks question in GATE exam. Is Vp minus Vq equal to how much, students? Minus 2 volts we can get. Please concentrate how I am solving that. Clear? This is example 2. Here one more example I am giving, example 3. Yes, students, this is 8 amperes. This is 8 amperes. And this is a 10 ohm resistance. It's a 10 ohm resistance. This is a 2 ohm resistance. This 16, this is 16 volts and 6 ohms. 16 volts and it is a 6 ohm resistance. And it is given 12 ohm resistance. It is a 12 ohm resistance across this E0. Okay, here it is given, calculate E0. You want to calculate E0. Yes, friends. Then how to calculate E0? You tell me. Yes. Can I solve this one? What is the solution for this problem? Like this is E0 means what is here? It's also E0. Let I have taken this is E1. I taken this node is E2. Okay. Then at node 1 apply nodal analysis at node 1. Okay. At node 1 apply nodal analysis. What you can 8 amperes is entering minus 8 plus. This is E1 by 10. E1 by 10. Next E1 minus. Yes, friends. This is E1 minus. Actually, it is a. If you take this is E2, this is E2 equal to E0 because these two are at same point. This is connected. These two are connected at the same wire. This node and this node is same. Sorry. Okay. This is E0 means this is also E0. This also E0. These 2 points are same. Okay. Then you can apply nodal analysis here. E1 minus E0 by this is how much resistance? It is a 2 ohm resistance is equal to 0. E1 minus E0. Yes, friends. This is minus 8 plus E1 by 10 plus E1 minus E0. Then with respect to node 2, then from this what you can get? This is E1 by 10 plus this is E1 by 2, E1 by 10 plus E1 by 2, E1 by 2. This minus E0 by 2 is equal to 8. Then you take node 2, apply at node 2 students. If you apply at node 2, what you can get? This is E0 minus E1 by 2. E0 minus E1 by 2. This one, E0 minus E1 by 2. Plus E0 minus 16 by 6. This is E0 minus 16 by 6. 16 by 6. Plus E0 by 12. E0 by 12 is correct. This is E0 by 12 is equal to 0. Okay. Let this is 1 and this is 2. Listen, you solve 1 and 2. You solve 1 and 2. This we can solve 1 and 2 by solving 1 and 2. 1 and 2. We can get E0. We can get E0 equal 28 volts. The solvation of that equation is in our hand. Please try to solve that one. Then we can get E0 equal to 28 volts. We can. Okay, this I am giving. This is method 1. Same problem can also solve like this. I am giving method 2 also. Yes, friends, this method 2 I am giving, go for the source transformation. It becomes very simple. Once you go for the source transformation, one node is eliminated here. Yes, it becomes very simple. Here, it's the same problem I am explaining method 2 students. How it becomes very simple that you will see. I am giving method 2. Apply source transformation. Apply source transformation. Then apply nodal analysis. Apply source transformation. Yes, friends, if you apply source transformation here, you tell me this is 10 ohms, it is 8 amperes. How much voltage you can get? 80 volts. 80 volts in series with 10 ohm resistor. 80 volts in series with 10 ohm resistor. This is 10 ohm and already 2 ohm resistor is there. This is the 2 ohms. It's a 2 ohms. Is it okay? Now you have only one node. This is 16 volt source and this is how much resistance it is given, friends? Is a 6 ohm resistor. 6 ohm resistor. The circuit is simplified like this. It becomes very simple. Yeah, this is the 12 ohms. This is 12 ohms. Now you want to find the E naught. Now here it is the E naught means here also E naught. Now apply a nodal analysis. This is E naught minus 8 by 10 plus to 12 plus E naught minus 16 by 6 plus E naught by 12 is equal to 0. Is it okay? Then you simplify this one. How much you can get, students? Yes. Then what is the LCM here? You can get 12. You can get. Then E naught minus 8 plus 2 into E naught minus 32 is correct. LCM is 12, sir. Plus E naught by 12 equal to 0. LCM is 12 we can get. Okay. Then you simplify this one, what you can get? This E naught plus 2 E naught plus that is 4 E naught. This is minus 8 plus 32 minus 40. Is correct? Minus 8. This is 3 E naught, that is 4 E naught. This is minus 80, not 8. It's 80. Sorry. It's 80. That is 4 E naught minus 112 is equal to 0. What is E naught, friends? 112 by 4. 112 by 4 means 28 volts. We are eliminating one node, it becomes very simple. Just by applying the source transformation. Just we are applied the source transformation. Next, one more example. This is example 3 I given. Next, example 4. Yes, friends. Example 4 I am giving here. Let this is the 14 ohm resistor. This is given like this. Just once you know the concept of mesh analysis and nodal analysis, then you can solve any problem. Okay, this plus minus, it is 100 volts. This also previous question. And this is the 14 ohm resistance and it is 1 ohm resistance. Okay, it is 14 ohms. Yes, friends, and it is 1 ohm resistance. So 1 ohm resistance. And it is 30 volts. Here it is given as a 2 ohm resistor. 2 ohm resistor. The current in this is given as 15 amperes. It is given as 15 amperes. Okay. And here 40 volts it is given. 40 volts it is given. One more branch here. This is 1 ohm. One more branch is this resistance is unknown resistance. Okay. This is R. Here you want to determine R value. This R you want to determine. Yes, here 10 amperes is correct. So determine R value. Then let this is node 1 and this is the, yes, at any node we can apply the nodal analysis. Here it is given 15 amperes, friends. It is given 15 amperes and this is the 10 amperes. This 15 amperes means this is how much current, sir? This is 10 ampere. What about this current, sir? It is a 5 amperes. Okay. Here 15 amperes means this is how much voltage here? 30 volts. Here 30 volts means here also how much? It is a 30 volts. Clear? Now this current is how much? 5 amperes. Understand? Here it is given 15 amperes. 10 amperes because already 10 amperes it is given. 10 amperes is flowing like this means it is a 5 amperes. Now apply nodal analysis at this point or at this point. Any point you can apply, you can get same answer. I am applying at node 1. At node 1, students. If you apply nodal analysis at node 1, what are the entering current, students? Entering current is 10 ampere. It is a minus 10 plus. It's a minus 10 plus. What the voltage at this node, sir? Voltage at this node is 100 volts. Because it's 100 means it is also 100. It is 100 minus 30 by 14 plus 100 minus 30 by 14. This is 100. What are the voltage at this node, students? 40. This is 40 volts means what is voltage at this node? 40. 100 minus 40, this one, this branch. Applying across this one. 100 minus 40 by R is equal to 0. Then how much this we can get? This is minus 10. This is 70 by 14. This is 60 by R is equal to 0. Is okay, students? This is 70 by 14, 5 plus minus 10 plus 5, minus 5. That 60 by R equal to 5. Then what is R equal to? 60 by 5. How much you can get? 12 ohms. Or, sir, no, sir, I want to apply a nodal analysis at this. If you think like this, I want to apply nodal analysis. Then there also we can apply. If you apply nodal at 40 volts, nodal at 40 volts node, 40 volts node, then what you can get? If you apply the nodal at 40 volts node, what is the entering current? Minus 5. This is plus 5 is entering, minus 5 is okay. Then 40 minus 30 by 40 minus 30 by 1. This is 40 minus 30 by 1 plus 40 minus 100 by this one, students. 40 minus 100 by R. If you are thinking like this, I want to apply nodal here at this one. No problem. Then you can take minus 5. This is plus 10. This 40 minus 100 minus 60 by R. Okay, sir, is equal to 0. Then 5 equal to 60 by R. Then how much you can get R equal to 12 ohms. At any node you can apply, you get the same answers. Clear, friends? You take this data, 15 amperes data you take. 15 amperes means here 30 volts, here also 30 volts. 15 amperes is here entering means already 10 ampere current is given. Then what is this current, students? 5 amperes. Apply that concept and you solve this problem. Because your network is very large, it is very difficult. Like this, no need to think. Concept of nodal analysis and mesh analysis is very important to solve any large problem also. You can easily solve it. Yes, this is example 4. One more example I'm writing, example 5. Yes, friends, this is 20 volts. This is 20 volts. And this is 6 ohm resistor. 6 ohm resistor. And this is 6 amperes. Okay. and this is given. This is 2 ohm resistor. This is 10 ohm resistor, and this is 4 ohm resistor. Yes, 4 ohm resistor. Find the current through 4 ohm resistor. Find current in 4 ohm resistor. You solve this problem, sir? Can anybody answer this quick? Better to go for the mesh analysis here. You can easily get answer. Just solving of two equations. Yes. Let this is I1 and this is I2. You find the I2, that is the current through 4 ohm resistor. You find I2, that is the current through 4 ohm resistor. Yes, friends. Here for mesh, first mesh, this is the second mesh. For first mesh, I am applying this mesh analysis. 6 into I1 plus. This is 6 into I1. Yes, friends. Yes, this is there is a current source between two meshes. There is a current source between the two meshes. Then we go for the super mesh analysis. Is it correct? Current source between two meshes. Yeah, this is correct. I1, I2 is no problem. It's I1, I2. Okay. Super mesh analysis means 6 into I1 plus 10 into I2. Yes, friends, it is a super mesh. The current source between the two meshes. Two meshes. That is 6 into I1 plus 10 into I2 plus 4 into I2 plus 4 into I2 is equal to 20. Understand? For this total, we can apply first. 6 into I1 plus 10 into I2, 4 into I2 is equal to 20. Then what you can get, students? 16, this is 6I1 plus 49. 6I1 plus 49. 6I1 plus 49 is equal to 20. One equation you got. Then apply super mesh equation. Super mesh equation. What is super mesh equation, sir? See the direction of current you see. This direction is along I2 direction or I1 directions. Super mesh equation. Here we are creating the super mesh equation. This I2 direction and this direction is same. That's why you take that is the reference. I2 minus I1 is equal to 6 amperes. Let this is equation 1. This I2 minus I1 equal to 6 means minus I1 plus I2 equal to 6. Let this is equation 2. By solving 1 and 2. By solving 1 and 2. What you can get, students? By solving this 1 and 2, what you can get? I1 equal to minus 3.2 amperes we can get. I1 equal to minus 3.2 amperes. I2 equal to we can get this is 2.8 amps. Please check that one. Then what is the current through 4 ohm resistor? Current through 4 ohm resistor. How much, sir? The current through 4 ohm resistor is that is I2. Current through 4 ohm resistor is I2. That is how much you got? 2.8 amperes. This is equal to 2.8 amperes. That is the answer. Clear? Go for the super mesh analysis. Yes, last one problem. Example 6. Please wait. I want to solve one problem based on the supernode analysis. It's very simple. Let's run this minus plus. So 12 volts it is given. This is 4 ohm resistor. 4 ohm. And it is a 6 ohm resistor. It's a 6 ohm resistor. Yes. This plus minus 36 volts is given. And it is a 12 ohm resistor. And it is a 3 ohm resistor. And this is 24 volts. It's a 24 volts. That this is V1 and this is V2. Find V1 and V2. Yes, it's quick. Yeah, this problem also very simple. Just you find the two equations, then you can easily solve this. First, I can apply a nodal at this V1. Yes, friends. Apply this nodal analysis with respect to V1 and V2. This total you can apply. This what you can get V1 minus V1 plus. It is because it's a minus is there. V1 plus 12 by 4 plus V1 by 6. This total you can apply. Plus this I taken as across this one super node I am taking this one. Okay. Then plus V2 by 12. V2 by 12 plus what you can get, sir? V2 minus 24 by 3 is equal to 0. Then what you can get, friends, here? It's a V1 by 12. That is V1 by 4 plus 3. V1 by 6 plus V2 by 12 plus V2 by 3 minus 8 equal to 0. This minus 8 plus 3 is 5. This V1 plus 12 by 4, V1 by 6 plus V2 by 12 plus V2 minus 24 by 3. Okay, this is 3, this is 6, and this is V2 by 12 plus V2 by 3. Then how much you can get? Simplify this one, friends. How much you can get? Yes. But the relation you can get V1 plus V2, what the relation you can get? Is minus 8. This is 3. This is 5. We can get 12. Yes. For the relation we can get here V1 by 4 plus V1 by 6 plus V2 by 12 plus V2 by 3. This you can get LCM you can calculate, and you can write this super node equation is here. This is V1, this is V2. Apply KVL across this one. V1 minus V2 because it is a positive plate. That's why V1 minus V2 equal to 36. V1 minus V2 equal to 36. We are getting V1 minus V2. This is from super node. This we are writing V1 minus V2 equal to 36. Then from this you write the relation of how much you can get, students. 4, 6, 12 and 3. You find the LCM for that one and you simplify that. This is V1 by 4 plus V1 by 6 plus V2 by 12 plus V2 by 3 is equal to 5. Is it correct? Is equal to 5. This is a 12 LCM. If you simplify this one, what we can get? 3v1 plus 2v1, that is 4v1 by 12. So 3v1 plus 2v1 is a 5v1 by 12. It is a 5v1 by 12 we can get. And this you simplify, what you can get? 12 is the LCM. That is how much you can get, students? Is 5v1 by 12. 12 so 3/4. It is also 5v2 by 12. It's 5. Okay. 5 cancel. v1 plus v2 equal to 12. v1 plus v2 equal to 12. Let this is equation 1. From this super node, v1 minus v2 equal to 36. This is 2. Solve equation 1 and 2. By solving equation 1 and 2, by solving equation 1 and 2, by solving equation 1 and 2, what you can get, sir? v1, how much we can get, students? This v1 we can get 34.3 volts, not 34. It's v1 equal 24 volts we can get. v2 we can get, it is equal to minus 12 volts. It's a 24 volts and minus 12 volts. Okay, this is the concept. If it is a super node is there, how to apply. Okay, any doubts, sir? Still some problems that I want to solve based on this one. Then after that, maximum tomorrow we'll start the next chapter. I want to start before going to the theorems, I want to start the AC analysis. Maximum basics are completed except Telegan's theorem, problems on Telegan's theorem. I want to complete the problems on Telegan's theorem. Then you go for the AC analysis. These are the different modules of problems based on nodal analysis. So many problems are there, sir. Maximum within 2 days, I will share the different questions. Please try to solve these exercise questions. I will share in my Telegram, and please practice that questions. Then after 1 week, I will give the solutions also. Please try to solve that problem. I will give the concept-wise questions. Okay, I will solve what are the basics questions, and I will also share the questions on the KCL and KVL, and I will also share the questions on the equivalent circuit with respect to RLC. Okay, students, yeah, this is about today's session. Any doubts? So, any doubt? Only 8 members. Okay. If you don't have any doubts, then I will end the session. All are leaving now. Okay. Josna, any doubt? Perumal, Salma Begum. Sir, any doubts, sir? If you don't have any doubts, then I will close the session. Okay, thank you.